In the entire India, the BJP faced a complete defeat in Tamil Nadu and Kerala in the 2019 parliament election. They could not even make a single seat in these two states. It is a proof to show how our people are progressive and against these divisive factors. 2024 Lok Sabha elections are nearing. We should repeat the bitter treatment to the fascists again. It is our responsibility to dethrone the fascist BJP. I need to be more careful about the choice of words in my speeches recently, as the fascists are spreading twisted fake news as usual. We have an important responsibility to fight the fake news too. Recently in a conference in Chennai, I spoke about the importance of creating an equal society without caste discrimination. My statement was mischievously twisted and falsely spread by the BJP for cheap political gains. I thank the people of Kerala for standing behind and supporting me at that time. Thank you. And I thank you again for inviting me to the Literature Festival. I believe you have invited me for the reason that I'm associated with a political party which was built on a literary and linguistic platform. Since I'm representing the DMK government, I would like to speak on the topic Dravidian movement and the literature. This is my first literary festival, assuming charge as a minister. இதற்கு முன்பு சென்னையில் நடக்கக்கூடிய புத்தக கண்காட்சியில் நிறைய முறை பங்கேற்றிருக்கிறேன், நிறைய முறை பேசியிருக்கின்றேன். உங்களில் பலரை கூட நான் சென்னை புக் ஃபேரில் பார்த்திருக்கேன், நான் நம்புகின்றேன். I'm here with the same kind of enthusiasm and happiness. In fact, I would not like to distance myself by calling it your town. This is our town. Such is the similarity between Tamil Nadu and Kerala. We have similar linguistic and cultural ethos. It was for this reason that Tandai Periyar, Periyar Anna and Dr. Kalaignar called the southern states the Dravidian land. Leaders from far of Tamil Nadu have come and organized protests here for the rights of people of Kerala. Leaders from Kerala have hit the streets of Tamil Nadu for the rights of Tamil people too. Dr. T.M. Nair, one of the founding fathers of the Justice Party, the forerunner to Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, is one such leader. Likewise, Tandai Periyar came and protested for the entry rights into the streets around the Vaikom temple. We are celebrating the centenary of Vaikom protest spearheaded by Periyar. Our Honorable Chief Minister had even visited Kerala for the centenary year event of Periyar's Vaikom protest. Periyar's Vaikom protest, a book, was released in Kannada language today by our Honorable Chief Minister in Tamil Nadu. It may not be an overstatement to say that there has been a great association between leaders of the Dravidian movement and Kerala since the days of Periyar. I can even cite a personal example for the association. My late grandfather and former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, Dr. Kalaignar, had maintained an excellent friendship with the Kerala's veteran Chief Ministers, Thiru E.K. Nayanar, Thiru Achyutha Menon, and Thiru Oman Chandi. திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்துடைய தலைவரும் தமிழ்நாட்டுடைய இப்பொழுதைய முதலமைச்சரும் அதே மாதிரியான ஒரு நல்லுறவை கேரளாவுடனும் கேரள மக்களுடனும் மாநில தலைவர்களுடன் கொண்டாடி கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். As far as Kannur University Literature Festival is concerned, it is a celebration of our languages, cultures and ideologies that thrive in the heart of South India. South Indian states are politically and culturally the most richest and active states in the country. Kerala is one of the most preferred destinations for tourism. There are different kinds of tourism. Tamil Nadu is known for its medical tourism. I would like to recommend that the government of Kerala should arrange a political tourism in Kannur. Such is the level of political activism in the district from where our Honorable Chief Minister Thiru Pinarayi Vijayan avargal hails from. Tamil Nadu and Kerala have a rich literature history. Tamil Nadu's literature dates back to over 2000 years. Our Dravidian politics was built in the platform of literature. Our leaders, Tandai Periyar, Periyar Anna, Dr. Kalaignar, had shaped the Dravidian movement through their writings and speeches. Therefore, people call Dravidian movement as எழுதியும் பேசியும் வளர்ந்த இயக்கம். திராவிட இயக்கத்தைச் சேர்ந்த தலைவர்கள் மட்டுமே 100க்கும் மேற்பட்ட இதழ்களை நடத்தி வந்தார்கள். திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகமே முடிவெட்டும் கடைகள், டீ கடைகள் எல்லாம் படிப்பகமாக்கினார்கள். Their writings and literature continue to inspire us even to this date. I am sure they will continue to do so in the ages to come. It is the ideas, writings and literature of the Dravidian icons like them have kept the regressive force at bay in Tamil Nadu and in Kerala. For any literature, language is its root. Dravidian movement made a severe fight to resist Hindi imposition. The anti-Hindi agitation in the 1930s and 1960s in Tamil Nadu reshaped the political sphere of our state. நாங்கள் ஹிந்திக்கோ இல்லை எந்த ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட மொழிக்கோ எதிரானவர்கள் அல்ல. ஆனால் கட்டாயப்படுத்தி நீ இந்த மொழியை படிக்க வேண்டும் என்றால் அதை நாங்கள் என்றும் எதிர்ப்போம். அந்த பாசிச மனநிலை தான் அன்றைக்கும் எதிர்த்தோம், இப்பொழுதும் எதிர்த்து கொண்டே இருக்கின்றோம். I'm pretty sure Kerala is also not different. Along with Tamil Nadu, Kerala also showed the progressive path to the rest of the country in fighting for the fundamental forces. Thinking about it also makes me retrace the roots of the progressive phase of Tamil Nadu. The year was 1952. A Tamil film changed the outlook of cinema in Tamil Nadu and created a total shift in the way politics and society was dealt on screen. It still remains a timeless classic, which is relevant even to this date. It was written by one of the foremost writers of the Dravidian movement. The work is called Parasakti, and the creator was Dr. Kalaignar. His masterpiece, Parasakti, is still a handbook for progressive writers and actors in the Tamil cinema world. At its core, Parasakti was a very powerful social commentary that addressed various social issues that prevailed in the post-independent India. The film fearlessly tackled issues such as caste discriminations, religious hypocrisy, and the struggles of the common man. Parasakti அன்றைக்கு இருந்த சமூக வளங்களை மட்டும் பற்றி பேசவில்லை. நிறைய இளைஞர்கள் பிற்படுத்தப்பட்ட ஒடுக்கப்பட்ட மக்கள் அரசியல் நோக்கி வரவும் அந்த படம் காரணமாக இருந்தது. Imagine doing this and more 70 years ago. Imagine bringing out about a revolution singularly by a pen. You will perhaps understand why Kalaignar's pen remains an object of fear for his enemies even today. Kalaignar himself took inspiration from both his predecessors, Periyar and Peringar Anna. The trio who formed the backbone of the Dravidian movement in Tamil Nadu, to whom we owe the characteristic values of Tamil Nadu, including its self-respect and progressiveness, wrote tens of thousands of pages through their lives. They wrote till their deaths. They wrote to educate millions of oppressed and marginalized people. And you know what the writings did? It continues to stop the regressive forces even now. Let me start with Periyar, the man who started the revolution. Periyar was much a writer, as he was a leader. He wrote to awaken a state and its people. His writings and speeches revived the historical and cultural identity of the Dravidian people and emphasized the need for a distinct identity. Today we are seeing plenty of feminism-based books, literatures. But around 100 years ago, Periyar wrote Pen Yen Adimayanal, which is still the biggest seller even today. In fact, Periyar was ahead of his time in advocating gender equality and women's rights. His writings addressed issues related to women's oppression, and he actively worked towards dismantling patriarchal norms. He also put his words to action long before, even before the Western world contemplated or rather implemented right to vote for women. Periyar organized a self-respect conference for women and invited widows and commercial sex workers and neglected women folk in 1929. His writings on the caste system vastly contributed to the discourse on social justice and equality. A strong advocate of self-respect marriages, Periyar adopted the principles and significance of self-respect marriages on his works. Our DMK government, under the leadership of Peringar Anna, gave legal recognition to the self-respect marriages in 1967. Periyar said, யார் சொல்லி இருந்தாலும் எங்கு படித்திருந்தாலும் அதை நானே சொன்னாலும் உனது புத்திக்கும் பொது அறிவுக்கும் பொருந்தாத எதையும் நம்பாதே, எதையும் பகுத்தறிய வேண்டும், கேள்வி கேட்க வேண்டும் என்றுதான் தந்தை பெரியார் எங்களுக்கு சொன்னது. I am proud to state here that the DMK continues to do that. Irrespective of the party being in or out of power, the DMK will continue to champion the causes for which Periyar stood. Words would not be enough to highlight the literary expertise of Peringar Anna, DMK's founder and former chief minister. In fact, he earned his title, Peringar, which means great scholar in English, for his sheer intelligence and oratory. His plays and stories mainly showcase the social injustice that existed in the society. Anna wrote about the social justice, finance, state autonomy, linguistic rights, and many more. Periyar, Peringar Anna, and Dr. Kalaignar also took upon themselves to critique ancient literary works and thus further spread the idea of rationalism. They opened doors for the common man to the rich literature in Tamil. Before the emergence of Dravidian movement, people believed in Bhakti literature was the only significant aspect of the literary world. However, Dravidian movement shed light on the Tirukkural and Sangam literature, which were written to the common man. Dr. Kalaignar, who wrote notes for Tirukkural, I would like to point out this one. Deivam Thoral, Korunan Thozhezhuval, Peyyana Peyyum Malai is the Kural. The translation of this Kural is, even rains fall at the command of the wife, who upon rising worships not the god but her husband. But Kalaignar notes to this particular Kural will help you understand the exemplary vision of the Dravidian movement. கணவன் வாக்கினை கடவுள் வாக்கினை விட மேலாதார கருதி அவனையே தொழுதிடும் மனைவி பெய்யன ஆணையிட்டவுடன் அஞ்சி நடைகின்ற பெய்கின்ற மழையைப் போல தன்னை அடிமையாக்கி எண்ணிக்கொள்பவர். A woman who worships her husband more than a god considers her as a slave, just like the rain which pours as soon as it is ordered to. Tirukkural presents opportunities for several interpretations. The interpretation of Kalaignar exemplifies the principle of the Dravidian movement. And I am extremely proud to stand here representing the progressive, forward-thinking movement. In line with his mentors of the Dravidian movement, my father and the current Chief Minister has written a book titled Ungalil Oruvan. It was later translated as One Among You. எப்படி திராவிட இயக்க தலைவர்கள் இலக்கியத்திற்கும் வாசிப்பிற்கும் முக்கியம் தந்தார்களோ அதே போலதான் நம்முடைய மாண்புமிகு தமிழ்நாடு முதலமைச்சர் அவர்களும் தொடர்ந்து செயல்பட்டு வருகிறார்கள். அண்ணா நூற்றாண்டை முன்னிட்டு முத்தமிழங்கர் டாக்டர் கலைஞர் அவர்கள் 2009 ஆண்டு 2009 அண்ணா நூற்றாண்டு நூலகத்தை அண்ணா சென்டினரி லைப்ரரி சென்னையில் துவங்கினார்கள். இன்றைக்கு கலைஞருடைய நூற்றாண்டை முன்னிட்டு 250 கோடி ரூபாய் மதிப்பீட்டில் கலைஞர் நூற்றாண்டு நூலகம் கலைஞர் சென்டினரி லைப்ரரி மதுரையில் நம்முடைய முதலமைச்சர் அவர்கள் திறந்து வைத்தார்கள். I am not only the Minister of Tamil Nadu, also the Secretary of the Youth Wing of திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம். கலைஞர் நூற்றாண்டை முன்னிட்டு திமுக இளைஞர் அணிக்கு எங்களுடைய தலைவர் ஒவ்வொரு அணிக்கும் ஒரு பொறுப்பு கொடுத்திருந்தாங்க. அது இளைஞர் அணிக்கு கொடுத்த பொறுப்பு தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருக்கக்கூடிய அனைத்து சட்டமன்ற தொகுதியிலும் 234 தொகுதியிலும் கலைஞருடைய பெயர்ல ஒரு லைப்ரரி படிப்பகம் திறக்க வேண்டும் என்று எங்களுக்கு அறிவுறுத்திருக்கிறார்கள். ஏற்கனவே 16 லைப்ரரி படிப்பகத்தை கலைஞர் நூலகத்தை நாங்கள் திறந்து வைத்திருக்கின்றோம். முரசொலி, the mouth organ of DMK, was started by Dr. Kalaignar as a handwritten weekly magazine. Dr. Kalaignar used to call Murasoli as his elder child. It is currently a daily newspaper which has crossed 75 years. Dr. Kalaignar wrote thousands of letters for years to his brethren under the title Udanparappe till his demise. During the days of emergency, Murasoli stood in the front row to oppose it. Our Chief Minister has also been writing political letters on Murasoli. On behalf of DMK Youth Wing, we are bringing a page daily in Murasoli called Murasoli Pasarai Pakkam since Jan. The foremost objective of this special page is to educate today's youth about the history and ideology of the Dravidian movement. It would be incomplete if I conclude without at least a mention of women writers for the Dravidian movement. Annai Mani Ammayar, Tiruchi Neelavadi, Penong Janaki Ammal, Dr. Dharmambal, Moovalur Ramamritam Ammayar, Maragada Valliyar and Malar Muguttammayar were the women of Dravidian movement who wrote or extensively spoke self-respect principles and women. Maragada Valliyar wrote exclusively about the sufferings of the Adi Dravadas. We believe that the literature plays an important role in shaping the idea of a state, and Tamil Nadu will remain a progressive state as long as we have the words of our leaders to guide us forward. The other idea that DMK has stood for consistently is federalism. We have been advocating for state rights from the time of DMK's inception in 1949. We believe that the one-size-fits-all approach will not work for a vast and a diverse country like our India. The union government should frame a broader policy framework and provide sufficient space for the states to design and implement schemes that are suitable to the needs of the people of a particular state. This approach will allow the states to adapt and innovate. This approach will allow for cross-learning. States will learn from each other on the best practices. The number of people who go to college in Tamil Nadu, the gross enrollment ratio, GER, is about 50%. This is better than the USA, where the GER is around 41% and on par with Scandinavian countries. It is a phenomenal achievement, an achievement that stands testimony to the Dravidian model of governance. I have just given you a couple of examples. Likewise, some states would have performed well on a particular parameter. States could learn from each other and modify it appropriately. Therefore, we advocate a system where the union government acts as an enabler and supports the state to design and implement schemes that are relevant to their context. This can be the approach for truly cooperative federalism. Unfortunately, the last few years, the union government has not followed this approach. Rather, they have been using all the possible means to centralize power and dictate terms to the states. The union government is using independent investigative agencies to hunt its political opponents across the country. The union government is sending governors to the non-BJP ruled states to ruin their administration. The functioning of Tamil Nadu governor is a case in point. I think you're also having the same problem in Kerala. Most recently, the union government has taken another outrageously regressive step to hamper developing the medical infrastructure of Tamil Nadu. A recent example of this is the guidelines issued by the National Medical Council. The guideline says that the medical colleges shall follow the ratio of 100 MBBS seats for every 10 lakh population. This will affect states like Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Andhra Pradesh. The union government has stopped the move temporarily after our Honorable Chief Ministers stressed the same. Today, our gathering isn't just about literary expertise. It's about honoring the rich linguistic heritage that defines our identities, our struggles, and our aspirations. Our languages aren't just mediums of communication. They represent the ethos of our civilization, resonating with the soul of our ancestors, echoing their triumphs, and carrying the torch of their struggles. It is about ensuring that every individual, regardless of the language they speak, has the right to express, learn, and preserve his or her cultural legacy. State autonomy, another cornerstone for our discourse, stands tall as an emblem of self-determination and governance. Empowerment means it's about providing every region with the resources, opportunities, and autonomy necessary for holistic development. It's about acknowledging that a nation's strength lies in the equitable growth of all its constituent parts. Unity in diversity is our greatest strength. Our languages, cultures, and traditions aren't barriers. They are bridges that connect us, surpassing boundaries and uniting us in a shared celebration of humanity. Together, let us script a narrative where every language flourishes, every culture thrives, and every individual finds pride in their own heritage. நம் நாட்டினுடைய மாநில மொழிகளை பாதுகாக்க, இலக்கிய வளத்தை பாதுகாக்க, மாநில உரிமை, கல்வி உரிமை காக்க தமிழ்நாடு மற்றும் கேரள மக்கள் இணைந்து போராடுவோம், பாடுபடுவோம். In the entire India, the BJP faced a complete defeat in Tamil Nadu and Kerala in the 2019 parliament election. They could not even make a single seat in these two states. It is a proof to show how our people are progressive and against these divisive factors. 2024 Lok Sabha elections are nearing. We should repeat the bitter treatment to the fascists again. It is our responsibility to dethrone the fascist BJP to save our Indian Union and our states. Nandri, Vanakkam.